power spike, right? With the Lucianami bot lane as well as with the
Yeah.
Talia, who could roam to the bot lane and make it a 4 versus 2 Fiesta. And T-Build, of course, they are probably aware of that. I mean, they will have some plan in the back of their heads to really play up against that. Here we see the wounds player by player. Nothing really too much out of the ordinary. First strike any kind of surprising me though, because I think range-wise should, in my opinion, struggle against Italia at least to some extent. So maybe Glory is a bit too confident over there.
There's something you're missing, and that is how the E interaction works. Because of Annie's reflect damage, it will if you manage to put your shield up, even if you lose out on getting the first strike, technically, you will always get the first strike. So
that's unfair.
Annie kind of good, Annie kind of unfair. Yeah, that's why she's first pick worthy in pro play.
So
she being the baby's first champion.
She just presses E and then you just can't walk up and trade against her or what. I mean, that sounds not so fair. But either way, it's probably, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, that alone justifies the first strike pickup. So I'm not really, I stand corrected on that, but that's what I want to say. As we see the junglers going for their first clear. Chicken start for Vine, not something that I see all the time. I mean, it's something that the Kane junglers back in the day usually started, but Vi, of course, with her AoE damage from the excessive force, or the relentless force it is called now, can of course clear those chickens quickly. And with that, both junglers starting on the top side, pathing to the bot side. Would expect them to be there at the minute 3 mark, but here we see level 1 hook.
Gonna be some trading back, but now they can perhaps take the worst of it as the range goes down, but Blood traded onto Pudding compared to B rather. Not a bad start for the Team Wales bot lane and helps them fight a little bit for control over here. But in the end, it's going to be a bit rough as Pudding will just be healed up.
Yeah, he will just be healed up, and due to the sustained advantage, the even trades would favor the Lucianami lane, but here we see the next hook again. And yeah, it doesn't look too good. And Xayah is so dominant, right? I mean, just from the first 3 levels, and she doesn't really fall off either. So Team Flash definitely needs to have an answer against that Xayah pickup to some extent. But Vid also used the Summoner spell, right? I mean, it was heals traded on either side. So at the end of the day, I think both bot lanes can kind of live with that, as we see in the top lane. I mean, Yoshino already dominating these first 3 levels on the Fiora against the Renekton. Ganatheto, this can be misleading. This doesn't just mean that the lane is over. Renekton in the next 3 levels can definitely make some room in that matchup on his own.
Yeah, once you start to see the full combo start to come through from Nagia, should be okay. Also, feeling like wants to play back, wants to play it a bit safe, knows his jungler is on the bot side, doesn't have full information on Vi, even though you can presume what she would have also done a red buff start. And now they will walk into each other, so bot lanes get to continue unharassed, as the jungles will just pass and say hello.
Yeah, just having vision of each other there, with the Scuttlecrab being taken by the side of Killer Queen, and Nagia took a bad trade there. I mean, that's not looking too stabilizing, as I was hinting at earlier. Maybe he can work it out on his own, but bot lane, still next hook is coming out. And
he just keeps landing these hooks.
It seems like a ticking time that at some point Vid will just have enough damage to get the kill there. So it's not looking too good in the next few minutes for Team Flash bot lane. However, I mean, of course, they can heal back up quite a bit. But I mean, with the next reset, maybe it will be something playable. And Nagia almost dies.
Yeah, Yoshino winning out on these mind games with this repeated stuns. And Pudding just falls down. And that hook predicts the flash.
It's all over.
So cannot save, but the dive is here from Killer Queen. He's just going to quickly tank it up. And that's 2 quick kills to the side of Team Wales. They're feeling really happy about that one. B absolutely crushing it down bot side.
Every time the observer's panning over, we see B landing a hook, and here it happened again. Ignite ticking down. So, in this case, Pudding tried to flash it out, but it was just too late. Ignite's still enough to get the kill. As here we see it again in the replay. Also some good feather work by the side of Vid. Actually, we need to praise Vid more. I say it over and over. It was his blade caller that initiated it, and then flash auto attack, another Q. B of course played it correctly as well. But this hook actually is not really on his own. That's something that we definitely need to credit Vid a little bit. That's his bot lane double kill was playable due to that. And I mean, of course, Yoshino winning top lane, but as a top lane main can verify, top lane in fact doesn't really matter. Bot lane is very sad.
It's not real. Bot lane, however, support, that's where all the action is, which is why I've continue to shift back into the role. But as we just keep saying, yeah, there's B and Vit have played these excellently. Great blade caller to set it up from Pudding, and the follow-up hook was great from B. Can't take that away from him, but absolutely Vit. He's on the Zaya now. He is playing very well, playing very calm, and working extremely well with B to try and put the hurt down. That blade call won't land, but there might be a bit of a kerfuffle happening near mid lane with the junglers. Vi lurking to bot side.
Yeah, Vi was looking to bot side, maybe trying to play with a dive or something, but I mean, the Vi not level 6 yet, the bot lane also not level 6 yet, and the wave can just be cleared easily by Bit and B, and they are surprisingly far ahead in CS numbers. I mean, this dive definitely caused the side of Team Flash bot lane, as they also missed some CS under the turret right there. And Glowy used Tibbers. I don't know what he used Tibbers for, but there it is.
I think for lane priority, as he was on a bit of a roam, but right now, just Tibbers gets to just scare off the mid jungle, and oh, that was another hook. Does not predict the dash properly from B. Does B from Pudding. So in the end, not much going to come from it. Nagia's still struggling a little bit, but he's doing just fine in the grand scheme of things. Should
I was about to say.
Wave and be
It looks much better, at least for now. I mean, you could pick up this huge wave and would be even in CS, but you see the next skirmish already pop up.
This fight is going on. It is very deep, but Pudding cannot get into him. Killer Queen is there first, so is Glory, and it's a collapse on the Pudding.
Oh!
Nagia just turns it all around, gets the solo kill onto Yoshino. Yoshino doesn't even flash. Gonna have to see that one.
He probably just got Ruthless Predator with his riposte being down. Otherwise, I can't expect him not flashing away, as Fiora is quite of a mobile champion, and it's just... I don't want to say pack it up, go next, but it's looking close to that, as Team Flash just now lost both sides of the map, right? Yoshino, the one doing well, getting solo kill, but here we see again what the hell happened in this Drake River area. Hex flash auto attack to get the snare, ignite and everything, and they kill him with that, and Puddin tries to save the play, goes into the 1v3, but it's against VinP and Killer Queen combined. Not really the best situation for level 5 Lucian to be in, and he just died as well. I mean, just 3 kills on the bigger picture for the side of the Whales, and they also get the Drake as a reward. Team Flash is looking rough in this first 8 minutes of the game.
Yeah, we saw Glory able to move in first, has had priority over this Talia for most of the game.
What's the top lane?
It looks okay, but just
Dominus, Predator.
Quite get the. He even gets the ultimate.
Yeah, it wasn't even the Ruthless Predator. It was just the Renekton dealing more damage than the Fiora. That was basically it. She even got the healing dome. It was still not enough because Renekton level 6 just hurts.
Yeah, the Cyclone's going to come in, and that is also going to hurt Yoshin. Fuquan going to pay for the sins of his top laner. Yoshino is going to be able to scamper away. No need to burn the flash, but you lost your jungler in front of a Rift Herald. Glory going to take a chunk of damage, but should be mostly okay.
He got ignited.
There to support.
It was a spellbook ignite from Jane, I think. And Jane just wanted to cycle through the summoner spells anyway. But that ignite looked weird initially, at least. As we see Killer Queen starting off the Rift Herald. Of course, with Fuquan being down, that's an easy secure, especially with Nagia's health bar being very, very strong-sided. As Yoshino had to go to the base with him almost dying to that skirmish play earlier. So Team Wales just keeps snowballing. 4,000 gold ahead at 10 minutes. That seems insane. And we didn't even factor in the Rift Herald push coming through. Also the first rake being on their side. They are basically winning everywhere. And so far, I'm not sure if they even dropped the turret plate. I think they did in the mid lane. But in general, it's about as perfect as an early game could be for them.
It's a bit hard to see. Can't quite read the turrets, but yeah, they are absolutely crushing this early game right now. Chemtech Drake will spawn in a few minutes. Maybe their Flash can find something. They have good pick tools between the mid jungle and of course this Nami. So now that 6 has come on through for the bot lane. Oh, never mind. Goodbye, Fook. Nope, sorry, Jane. Sorry, Fook. You're fine. You're doing all right. I just misread the pixels. That's a lot of. That's just more gold coming over to the side of Team Wales. Lots of it funneled onto the Wukong, which is probably your only complaint.
And it's kind of the pick comp getting picked off all the time. It's kind of sad to see, as we see Killer Queen here. To some extent also threatening the dive, but they just go for the Rift Herald push, and also they get a TP out to prevent the dive from happening. This is so huge for the side of Team Wales. The charge goes through, it's still 2 plates despite it not being guaranteed anymore, and Team Wales probably happy with the way this turned out. Jane had the TP anyway to either mid lane or top lane, might as well go for the top lane TP, but now in the mid lane it's put in picking up the CS, picking up the experience, and he at least hits his level 7 right so far, but he's also very far away from this Gale Force Imperial Mandate power spike.
It's 2 plates on top side, but also some plate gold to Nagia on the other side of the map, being able to... Wales making that first rotation, giving them the opportunity to just walk it in and make sure they are getting gold on both sides, where Team Flash are overcommitting in response to try and defend. And right now, it's working out perfectly. That gold has gone up to 6,000. It's just slowly getting bigger and bigger for the side of Wales, and with a dragon coming up soon, and with this focus being shifted back to the bot side of the map, Pudding might have to be careful. He can clear a wave with culling, and Killer Queen spotted right now. Just waiting for the next move to happen.
Yeah, just Team Wales securing the vision around the Drake area. I mean, it's 1 minute before the next one. They can just easily secure this one ward they spotted with their own control ward, also using the sweeper. And having the vision dome from the Scuttle Crab around makes this next Drake uncontestable for Team Flash. I mean, they already are so far down in gold. I mean, even with a vision advantage, it would be very hard for them to contest this, as this would likely be Team Wales one to pick up. They can just easily keep farming into this game. World of Ages probably soon the next completion for the side of Glory on this Annie pickup, and this will be the time where he can really start stacking. It's probably a bit earlier than Talia, but Talia, of course, on her own will also go for this World of Ages item, and that's something that I haven't seen much. I mean, I know the item in general is just stat-wise completely broken, but lacking the utility that an Everforce would provide you is something that I haven't seen so far.
Yeah, it wants to be super tanky with Seraph's combo as well, and just making a quick play onto Jane, sort of forcing him away. Not so this bot lane tower, this dragon should be completely free. Yeah, completely free from Wales. And topside, Fook is doing a bit of counter jungling. Can get away with that a little bit easier now, but still not really able to make things not really able to convert and really find anything with this topside, despite Nagia just pushing straight up. Oh, sorry, those changes haven't come in yet. It's still 13.4. Counter jungling still a bitch.
Yes. It's still kind of underwhelming, and just both junglers doing it, so it's kind of a null-sum game either way. We see the last platings falling on the bot side of Team Flash's bot lane turret, and they are also still toying with the idea of a potential turret dive, just waiting for the next wave as Killer Queen would be around, but now he decides to back off, but so does Puddin, so it will be the first turret rewarded for Team Wales, and their insane gold lead, almost 6,000, will go even further. Should be around 7,000 as we finish that one off. Here we see it ticking in.
Pretty close, about 100 gold off. Yeah, so just absolutely insane. And they grabbed that, managed to pick it up just before the 40 minutes, so a little bit extra gold on top of it. And yeah, for everything just coming up. Wales right now still on track for that perfect game. Just gonna get that one out early. As you can see, 9 plates farmed to the 1 from Team Flash, so they managed to get something, but it wasn't a lot. And second Rift Herald coming up in just under a minute. You can see the posturing start to happen. Glory is backing right now, going to pick up that Rod of Ages, which will be a nice big spike of AP for him.
Oh, that corridor's deadly.
Needs some time. Ooh, Beak looking onto the wall.
Yeah, quick onto the wall, but gets a flash from Soa, so it looked more clownish than it actually was. It was in the fine plays I would suggest it, but not so fine from Team Flash. I mean, that corridor looked very, very deadly even early on. You shouldn't even be in this position to needing to flash in the first place, as I would say. Either way, just one more Summoner spell being picked up, and also earlier, I mean, with Jane losing both Flash and the Weaver's Wall, was kind of just getting some pressure done, but here we see the next skirmish. And
delete
what?
Fuquan. He just disappeared, and I was looking at map thinking this could be an angle for Flash. We see Yoshino rotating first, no teleport on the gear. Nah, Fook just dies. No, no chance.
And this is a vibe with one item and the tank jungle item, and they made it look like a Yumi, like how squishy she was blown up, but it just took 1 second, and with that top lane turret being taken away, as well as the Rift Herald number 2 taken by Killer Queen, Team Race is just stampeding over them. I mean, there's not really much to add, right? I mean, what's Team Flash really gonna do here? I mean, the sad thing is, right now, Lucian and Nami are power spiking, right? It is a Gale Force being picked up in the Imperial Mandate soon to be finished for Sora, but they can't just do anything, as Team Race is just ahead everywhere on the map. I mean, where do you even start to initiate the play?
Yeah, they can't quite get it to happen. It's all out of towers down and a Rift Herald in pockets, so can use that to really force deep pressure coming up around this next Ocean Drake. There's a lot of there's pressure coming down towards the bot side, but Team Flash still just struggling, looking for anything. If they could find something onto Glory perhaps, but a ward spots them out, and they're going to call it off.
Yeah, something that I find interesting is the item build from Vid, actually, because he apparently hates mythic items. I mean, not even wanting to jab at him or something. Yeah, you do really need it. It's Bloodthirster. I mean, maybe he confused it with Sheepo. They look kind of similar, both crit and lifesteal items. And he just probably values this overheal plus Bloodthirster initial shield so high that he thinks that he doesn't really need to start off with Kraken Slayer or Gale Force or whatever he wants to on the Xayah, as Sheepa would be kind of an unusual option. Regardless of that, mythic passives are a bit overweighted, and he just wants to go for this one.
Could be a catch, and there's Killer Queen. He's in trouble, gonna get a huge cyclone. He's going to just survive. No, that's so tragic. Fook will pay instead, and Nagira is just gonna continue running down Sora. They had a perfect catch, but the monkey just runs away. Now Pudding is gonna get caught up by the Ruthless Predator. The hook will flub from B, but it doesn't matter. Nakia just runs him down in his own base, and it's just gonna back.
Herald? Are they ending?
Rift?
They have a Herald for 4 members dead.
They have Rift Herald. They have a teleport from Nagia.
He just based as well. They go for it. They are going for it for sure. I mean, it would be like an almost historic early finish, right? I mean, we have seen IG SKT, but this is something
they're gonna kill Fook again.
Fook just died. Oh, okay.
That's another tower, but now some more engages. They've run out of Rift Herald. They are going to off right now. The respawns are still quite short, of course, as you would imagine, but they still have pretty much full health bars, and Killer Queen should have died.
Yeah, he should have died. I also think he just went out to protect a perfect game potentially on their side. And otherwise, he could just kept diving with the Cyclone. Either way of that, you will see Glory flash timbers, Fook one dies, as well as Jane, who kind of wanted to feel protected by this frontline, but there wasn't really anything of resembling of a frontline for them, as Nagia is very, very hungry on the Reluctant Plush, just keeps chasing down Pullin. He even holding Cleanse and Flash as long as he could, not even using Cleanse. He still has it up right now, as we say that, and just dies to the Reluctant damage. And now Soul Point picked up by Team Wales. One Nexus turret falling, not a historically fast finish, and I also like the caster call, speaking of, they went out of Rift Herald, like it's a resource bar or anything, like mana or something. They went out of Rift Herald.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The perfect game is also going to be denied by Yoshino, just split pushing in that top lane. Was not able to participate at all in the kerfuffle down in the Rabat River, so he gets a turret for himself. That's going to be a nice bit of money back for Team Flash, only in the sense of they get the gold bounty on top of it, but Yoshino has apparently done a lot of damage to Nagira over the course of this game, but it hasn't really turned into anything effective now. Now Nagira is stepping up to the plate. Will he die to the catch?
I probably won't. He has a Fury, he has a Dominus, he can just easily...
Here now.
That's the problem with the Reluctant when he's ahead, but you need to kind of one-shot him, and if you can't, he will just sustain back up with the Calamic and just getting the HP from his ultimate, so you can't really do much against him. He's currently, right now, with the way Team Flash is lacking damage, both a tank and an assassin against you. That's kind of hard to deal with, as Super Minions in the mid and are streaming in. I mean, Team Wales doesn't even need to force anything, but they probably still can.
They want to just show Killer Queen, sort of let them know we can dive you. And with that showing, the Flash gives up completely. Of course, they have Super Minions to deal with at 20 minutes in the game. Baron has just spawned onto the Rift. Might not be the angle for Team Wales to go for it just yet, considering that could be the opportunity to make a throw. But they're just going to keep the pressure on this top side. Just going to keep Killer Queen lurking.
Yeah, they have no reason to stop the pressure either. I mean, with Baron just not spawning, they just probably pan away and just instantly go for this Baron. Superminion is pushed in the mid lane, and with a dive on the tier 2 turret potentially, right? I mean, the threat usually is more scary than the dive itself. So both sides probably happy with the way it played out, and it just being this one turret being taken 14 Wales as this Baron is getting started off. B and Glory are lurking though. So if there would be Fook 1, 0-5 on the Vi, would be going anywhere close to that, he would just get blown up for the 6th time this game. And so he probably knows it as well. Team Flash not contesting it. The Baron being taken now, and now Team Wales can just do whatever they want, right? Just keep sieging or just go for the Ocean Soul. I mean, Ocean Soul not really the best one, as we highlighted before. Anyway, any soul would be very, very strong. They would still like to have it, as Yoshino grabs the 2nd outer turret and another objective bounty for their side. In the bigger scheme of things, this won't change much, I guess so.
In the end, they're keeping the gold lead at a close 10k. Our Team Flash, but now they're gonna lose the turret, and if they're gonna continue pushing on, 2 inhibitors down at 21 minutes, this should be so nearly impossible for Team Flash to get onto to try and defend. Vit's still just plugging away towards his Navori. Still, yeah, I'm still just flabbergasted at this build. It's so strange to see. Yeah. But Killer Queen decides he wants to go to game 2. It's not going to happen.
B.
Oh, the hook does land. Goodbye, Fook 1. He's going to get absolutely torn apart. Nageer in the front line. Yoshino tries his best, but cannot kill the Crocodile. And with that, the Baron is too much. They can't quite clear it out. The teleport coming
Flash Tibbers.
Flash Tibbers gets down, put in, and they're going to easily clean this one up. It was over for a while, but now the finishing touches have been placed by Wales.
Yeah, absolute domination in this first game. 16-0.